Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short, quick video about, talking about the keto lifestyle, and it was a real big struggle for me and for my fiance, of course, when we first started this diet. We are like many American average people. We love our sweets, candy bars, cookies, and everything else. So with that being said, I had to think of things that I could change out to make our keto lifestyle transition a lot easier. So with that, I found, it was hard because every candy bar I picked up from the store and anything else was like super high in carbs and sugar. And, that's what made me start thinking about this particular diet. And I sat down one day and I just thought about everything that me and my family consume that has the sugar and everything else. And it helped me make my decision better on changing. I even looked at the sugar-free stuff that is geared towards diabetics. My mother used to eat this stuff. And I was looking at it, and it's all so high carbs. And the sugar's not real, but it's a high carb. And the sugars, they don't really recommend you to have on a keto diet. But with that being said, let's take a trip to my pantry. With that being said, I started looking at all of these sugar-free options, and I just kind of went over into the health food section of my local Walmart. And when I did that, I stumbled across a couple of things. And one of those things was, I used to do Slim Fasts, when I was in my mid-20s, and I thought it was a really cool thing. But I have found information on Slim Fast stuff that all of their new stuff that they've got geared towards keto, some of it will spike your insulin. And if you're trying not to do that, that's not healthy. But I did find a really good thing. The Keto Slim Fast Fat Bombs. My fiance and I both love these. They really are close to a real peanut butter cup. And I can eat one of those and I have no issues with it at all. And I'm looking in my cabinet because, let me flip my camera around so I can kind of give y'all a view, if it'll let me. If it will let me. It's not going to let me. Wow. Okay, so we'll just do it this way. Or I'll just pull it all out. But my cabinets are kind of messed up right now. We're fixing to remodel our kitchen, so everything just gets shoved everywhere right now. So when I first started out, because I had to fix this sweet craving that we have, literally, I had to change out. This is how I made myself slowly into the keto diet instead of just jumping in with 2 feet and trying to ward off this keto flu that everybody talks about that's horrid. And it is, because actually I did do it to myself. So with that, okay, so we have Aldi's at our house, in our town. So Aldi's has a couple of really good keto options, 2 grams of net carbs, and it's technically 17 carbs, but by the time you remove the fiber and you remove the sugar alcohols, it is 2 net carbs for this caramel nut. I have caramel nut for my fiance, and I have the chocolate coconut for me. This right here reminds me of a Mounds or an Almond Joy without the almond. I'm okay with those. Then, gotta reach in the back because these are stuff that, Then I got these. Of course, they're both the same thing because one box is open and it's not thrown in the candy. I call it the candy jar, literally, because it's the sweet treat box. This one is peanut No, these are the pecan caramels. They got peanut caramels and they got pecan. These are pecan. These are better than the sugar-free ones that are for the diabetics. And there's only 2 net carbs in it. So some people say Atkins is not keto, but I beg to differ. It fits in my macros. But when we went on a trip, oh, here's another one from Aldi's. It's a really good one. Peanut butter fudge crisps are really good too. And of course, everybody opens a box and they never throw them in the proper thing, which I'm fixing to get a shoe rack and use it to put all my snacks in. And I'm going to hang it in my pantry once we get it redone again. But I'm telling you, I get pork rinds from Sam's. So I get a big old huge container. One of these will last us about 3 weeks. So it works really well. So I just wash it out, reuse the container. But this thing is really cool because I have everything that I've taken out of the packages. We have keto fat bombs. Atkins actually makes, let me open this up and look in it. Atkins actually makes, that's caramel. They also make a really good peanut butter cup. I just totally went blank. I cannot believe I did that. But they make a really good peanut butter cup. So if you're looking for a quick fix on stuff, this is where I would start, and then kind of wean yourself out. But I always have candy because my fiance has to have sweets, or not really sweets. He just has to have something sometimes. Also, look. Yep, chocolate, peanut, candies, M&Ms. So we have M&Ms, and we also have the chocolate covered almonds. And he does not complain. He says there's no difference. I mean, at first he said there was a little difference, but now he doesn't even complain about there is a difference. And I actually took a couple of these items to a bar that we went to, and I always bring something with me. And I had this on the table, and a friend of mine actually picked up the Slim Fast peanut butter cup and ate it, and he was like, man, that tastes like like a peanut butter cup, really? And I was like, yeah, but you know what, it's way better for you. And he was super shocked. So if you're really curious about, you know, trying to find something sweet without having to make it at home, which I do make us little sweet treats at home. I make my own fat bombs and stuff like that also. But the Atkins stuff and the Slim Fast fat bombs, I do recommend. I also recommend the Aldi's Evolutions. I think that's Elevation items, because they are super good. I haven't really found one I don't like. They have a couple of different bars that I have that I've got. This one is a cranberry almond. It's only 2 net carbs in it. And Atkins has a ton of different bars. This one's a lemon bar from Atkins. It's really good. I like it. They have a peanut one and stuff like that. I also look at Dollar Tree. Let's see if I can find a bag. I'm very careful with eating these. These are the mini bar sesame and nut. It's a gluten-free, high protein. They're individually wrapped, and they're 3 carbs a piece each little bar. But it doesn't really give. It does. It gives what it is. It's got white sesame, sugar, maltose syrup, peanuts, palm oil, and salt. Some people won't use palm oil. I really don't have a problem with it. I don't really have a problem with them using sugar. I don't consume these all the time, but if you have kids, these are great for kids because it's a lot less sugar than most things. When I first started going on keto, or was looking at doing keto, I used to buy these because they're like a little nutty treat. So it's an option. Not really saying do this one, but I can toss a couple of these in my purse, and if my daughter wants something, you know, I hand them these a lot because they're super easy. But cookies, I haven't really found any cookies, but these are from Atkins, and they are 3 net carbs for this peanut butter. It's like a crisp. To me, it does kind of have an off taste to it. So I don't really eat these very often, but I bought them to try because they it says light and crisp texture, surprisingly filling, no artificial colors, no preservatives, and only 3 carbs, 1 sugar, 5 fiber. They do have a peanut butter flavor to them, because I like the sugar-free little crisp things. We used to eat those all the time, but now since we're doing keto, they're a 0. We don't do those. They don't rank very high in my household, but that is a few of the things that I stock in my pantry for my family. And here's another good one. Quest has a couple of really good ones. I bought the chocolate chip ones, and technically what I'll end up doing with this bar is, because it is, I forgot how many, it's 5 net carbs for the whole bar. Oops, and I just dropped it. So with it being 5 net carbs, actually I'll cut it in half and I'll put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'll just cut it up into pieces, and I throw a half of one of these in my fiance's lunchbox, and he actually likes it, because to me 5 carbs is high. 5 carbs is what I allow myself in snacks if I'm gonna snack that day, and I'm not gonna use all my carbs on one snack, but it's a good option to have if you're needing a quick pick-me-up. GNC has these. A lot of the stores have them, so if you're out and about and you need something, Quest bars are pretty good. So with that, I just wanted to give y'all a heads up of, the sweet snacks that y'all can look for and purchase. I know Walmart carries Atkins, Target carries a few Atkins, CVS carries Atkins. I'm not for sure if they carry a lot of the Slim Fast items, but with everything, you just kind of have to look. It's versed by where you live to what you're going to get, and price-wise. You can also visit Atkins.com probably and find out where they sell their items at locally, or you can buy them online. So I just wanted to share my sweets ideas with you guys to hopefully help with those cravings that you get. Because trust me, first, I was a Snickers girl or a Twix girl, so I'm finding my middleman, and like I said, not everybody say that you should do the Atkins or anything like that with keto, but with me, Atkins is okay. Slim Fast, the Fat Bombs are okay. I'm not affiliated with them. This is what I buy that gets me through. I am a modern American household that has a food budget. So we all have a food budget, and I know if I'm going to spend $6 on a package of candy bars, I'm going to go over into the Atkins section, and for $5.70 or $6, I can get a package, depending on how many. Usually the bars there's 5 in it, but the little candies, there's 10 to 15 in it. There's, the Slim Fast peanut butter cups, there's not as many in it, and yes, they are $10 for a package based on where you live, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and help with those sweet tooth cravings.